Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Danny, and today we're going to talk about Class 4 and 5 interview. So, Class 4 and 5. They'll be focused on basic documentary ideas and tools. Their traditional documentary style consists of dynamic footage like interviews, monologue, photographies, and animations. Or you want to make a vlog that is hands down and personal. Let's start with interview first. Interview is a huge part of collecting materials. It could be a formal Q&A, a street interview, a monologue, etc. Well, you might be thinking, interviews are pretty easy. It's just pointing the mic to people and ask the right question. You're right, it's easy like that. But you also want to do it with style. When you're planning to do an interview, there's a big chance that you would encounter two following scenarios. The first one is focusing on an issue and interview people that are related and contribute to this particular issue. Either you want to interview an expertise in the field, or you want to do a street interview about a common subject. For this kind of scenario, how to start? The first thing to do is research. It's better to know why you want to ask this particular question to this specific person. Really take time to develop your question. Make it relative to the topic and narrow it down. Questions like what do you think about global warming is too broad and hard to answer within a short amount of time. Meanwhile, open-ended question is always more preferable.
So what kind of research are you doing in space that we can't do anywhere else?
That's a great question, Mark.
Remember to write down your questions and practice with your peers if possible. Then it comes to the second point. When do you want to interview? Our task force staff member will let you know whether or not to film, take pictures, or request interviews at specific events throughout our time in Argentina. Yeah, you might not get every footage you want, but it is more important to wait for the right time. Besides asking the permission, do you want to have a quick Q&A after a seminar, a street interview, or do you want to schedule an appointment with someone? The only difference is how to construct your questions. It could be short and formal, sharp and interesting, or progressive and interlocking. All depends upon the situation. The third key point is where. The environment gives your audience context about everything. Who's your subject? A lawyer? A mechanic? A student? Or a parent? Don't just let them stand before a white wall or place has no connections to their identity and your chosen topic. Put them into their working or living space will help them relax and also help your viewers to relate to them. If you are doing a street interview, choose a fixed background. Could be a city landmark or painted wall. Be unique, but don't over the top. And respect your interviewee. After all, their voice matters. Let's say you want to film a biographical documentary. It could be about your new friend who grew up in Buenos Aires. What things you should do first? Yeah, you guessed it. Be friends with them. You must be extra careful because you are taking someone's life for spectacle. And some people are not ready to share it with you at the first place. What you should do, before taking out your camera, talk to them. Introduce yourself, your project and your motivations. Give a chance to people. Let them know that what you're about to embark on is something that is going to be good for them. As long as you're honest, most people are going to be happy to help. After you have their trust and permission, you are now ready to shoot. During the shoot, you can ask them to dress whatever they feel comfortable. This is going to be a helpful tip because a comfy outfit would make them feel relaxed in front of the camera. Warm them up, commentating them that they look great in front of the camera if necessary. Different from the first scenario, you now have a special bonding section with your participant. They are sharing their personal experience with you. Therefore, you should never judge your participant. Listen to them and always be sentimental to their feelings. After finish the shot, you should leave your contacts. Promise them you will send them the final project. And you know what? Keep your promise. All in all, keep that in mind. The general strategy, such as asking an open-ended question, require them to repeat your question, having a backup recording on other devices. For whatever the scenario is, remember, your role is an official representative of Model G20 and as an unofficial representative of your home country. So be polite. Respect the people, not only their cultures, voice, but also their time. Alright, that's part 1. I'll see you in part 2. Good. I'm not drinking that. That's my sponsorship. Can't drink that. It's better to know why you want to ask this particular question. It's better to know why you want to ask this particular. It's better to know why you want to ask this particular question to this specific person.